Yo, in some boba ewa the National Democratic Congress I trying to wa from tinye amanyoko NDC mu ana chese busia for me demo sim no mu chire mu e baba tutu mudwa ele so mu na ye kwa na ye ko Reverend Owusu Bempah aye sofu bia owo man konkron ga na yima chese obosi e bota yi panya asem ketewa ye baba to ga na konya konkron aba no na ode ekomhye bi beto hodom say NDC amanyoko no betabri MPP amanyoko no de omahwe okuma chese abusuafo agye ekuro muntimi enkebi nokure beto aba no saa na esiye ene Reverend Owusu Bempah ono na ye kire mu a otimi bua e mampani John Dramani Mahama e wo mpaebo ma etime ebini akonya no eno ono ane sem ne bia beto dwa wo kire say ose watu Mahama fo bia enye yi say abusuafo de nti a Reverend Owusu Bempah e kasa ne say police for aso ye mampani John Dramani Mahama pa echi a chese enye asem kuma akra nya asem keto abusuafo ye bekọ ne kotense benu mu e kire mu
C'est pas ça. Ça vaut. Ayo commencé. Ça que tu as vu. Na ko fa sam kase. Ko fa sam kase. Ya ba. Ti e bia na no na fo ye. Wanya na drensa. Yes. Na tell no be so karo no. E bia na ados won nanu. Ena no pie ba. Ti Ghana for na santima fanche. Okay. Almost so move here to package ya prophet. Eno na me pay. Eno na pacho. E free zuba ho. Ai. Yes. Ni na ma pacho mo. O se so wa ma bon tena fa papa.
Enti nipa amote ne nka no Reverend Ebenezer Dakwaro bereba bo pambo Ashanti Moses. Yes, one of the greatest prophet of our time. And all pacho ama zuba no. Se a chopa ne de zuba so ba bon tena be pacho. Obisa chief say entemra no okasa no no obi enyina ne nchen chief say na nimpepo bebre gyina ne nchen osa no okasa kasa sa no nsem na dos mo nanu masa aha ye kumase o asem ketuo bitimi ye mo adwunu mu na ho wate e janse mu no Reverend Ebenezer Dakwaro berema bo pambo atu jawie no owura akosi prat e bebo ne video no me pato owura akosi prat ese se ade nche anaye ni eastern wie na zuba eda ho ye kumase meyu a ebe ne wanwa pa there is something wrong with more pointing nipa. There is something wrong with more me patro bebri ye obi what I say so mampanyini John Dramani Mahama etimi yi ebia mayor and I say otimi yi opanyini bi say yenko ne nkoto no so aba no was system nya there is something wrong with it because obi ti say Zuba wonim nipa kro appoint Zuba so me kumase mayor enti nkwasi asem eni sebi nsemfo kikasa enyam na me komi pacho akosi plat na kasa wi abebo video no ha enti se wose nya oye no ho wa mo maka 1979 emra JJ Rollins ba ye betwa nkofo ma me mutwem no muturu bu ma se open han na so pesum enkwasi asem ni jimisem no enu bi ena owura Zuba epeso ye no watch I say lawlessness or patches onyi judiciary ni onyi security service ni ento no ade mra be hye ne nsema boni pa okurin owura kosi pra se ochina na Zuba da ho ye kumase mayor and any is the window da ho ye kumase mayor e be ni wanwa papa now there is something wrong with or more pointing nipa watch I say so onko din kofo bi so ana se onko na nipa we no ye man the position no or say there is something wrong with our system because obi ti se Zuba no otimi bia na no kase ye be so obe punkofo no bibi ha kwa na kwa no onye sure se o ye normal nto wura kosi pase ni manim ye hwani anyina di enkopi mo kina ana ye ni stem we pa na Zuba da ho ye kumase meyo a ono akosi prat no ebe no wa mumie ko wura akosi prat video no mra.
I am completely shocked by this public display of lawlessness. I mean, extreme lawlessness. And for me, the most important question is, how did such a person get appointed as a municipal chief executive for Kumasi? How did he get appointed? Who interviewed him? That's the critical question for me. You understand? Because from the way he's talking, I mean, if you sit down with him for 5 minutes, it should be possible to discern what his orientation is. But he was interviewed.
Yeah.
He went through a system and got approval to become municipal chief executive of one of the biggest cities in Ghana. This is the shock. The shock is not so much what he says, but how he got to that position. Something must be wrong with the system of appointment.
Yeah.
Something is seriously wrong with the system of appointment. If these are the people who are getting appointed, then something is wrong. There's a guy who is telling us that, look, I'm going to be lawless. That's what he's saying. Because under what law is he going to engage in public flogging of citizens? I mean, one would have thought that these things ended with 1979, 1981, this and so on. This is exactly what he's talking about. And I'm completely scandalized, by the kind of statements he's making. And I think that I will even be more scandalized if by tomorrow he's still at post. If after this display he's still at post, it will be a huge statement about the appointing authority. Not so much about him, but about the appointing authority and those who are going to keep him in office. This will not be tolerated anywhere. It is this kind of mindset which has led to Duterte being flown to the International Criminal Court.
Yeah.
It is this kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And God knows if we encourage this, where it will lead to. People who can publicly declare that I have no confidence in the judiciary, I have no confidence in the police, I have my own democratic military way of doing things. And then we are going to flog people in public. We are going to beat.
Yeah.
It's not just the flogging. It actually talks about beating people.
Yeah.
This is shocking.
Enti owura akosi pratni atenenka no. Yes. Yes, ejana no thing. Maria kepo sotana. Abrante chief bebi obi amechia no. Reverend Ebenezer Dakwadom berema bo pambo ono ne bi ka bo ne video. Yeah, the Ashanti Moses, one of the greatest prophets of our time. Papa no chire mu se. Owura Zuba enti okasa no na nkofo mpenifo ntenencha na. Ana chief se na mpenifo ntenencha. O se bia nsem na ayema woni nu ma o ka sa. O patch ama na Zuba no so mrabo nteme patch o na sansem hunu ni kwaso di biem. Eno na owura akosi prata ye bo ne video se owura akosi prata chire mu se enkopim ochina anaye ni Easter wie na Zuba da ho ye kumasi mewa obehunu se efri o mampanyin so beka the last man no se bia adwene na nhada nkoyi owura Zuba eni kwan so owura Zuba